Hello, I am Mad Professor Dr. Knowledge. If you want to hear some fun fact from everyday life, welcome and listen. Question: why are there lines or dots on the glass door of a microwave oven? Wouldn't it be better without them, so we could see more clearly what is happening to our food while it is being heated? Answer: to answer this question, we searched the web and found some information that can help explain it. It's true that with completely transparent glass, we would be able to see better what is happening inside the microwave oven. But those lines or dots, depending on the model, are there for a very important reason. First, let's ask ourselves how a microwave oven actually works and what happens to our food when we put it inside and press the start button. As the name suggests, waves of a certain kind operate inside the oven. But what exactly are these waves? Microwaves are, simply put, a type of electromagnetic radiation, just like visible light or radio waves, except that they have a specific wavelength, approximately 10 to 15 centimeters. For comparison, visible light has a wavelength between 400 and 750 nanometers, which is much smaller. 1 nanometer is 1/10 millionth of a centimeter. The sensors in our eyes are tuned to that wavelength, which is why we can see visible light, but we cannot see microwaves. Now let's return to the microwave oven. How does it magically cook our food without fire and high temperatures? Everything actually happens at the molecular level. Inside the microwave, there is a generator called a magnetron, which is responsible for producing this electromagnetic radiation. Even though they are invisible, the microwaves carry a significant amount of energy, somewhat like a powerful spotlight, except we cannot see this light because our eyes are not adapted to these wavelengths. These waves are, however, just right to cause the molecules in our food to vibrate. The more they vibrate and collide with each other, the more the substance being irradiated heats up. Microwaves are also more penetrating than, for example, infrared radiation, which is used to cook food in a conventional oven. This is why microwave ovens generally heat food more evenly and deeper inside. Molecules of liquids, such as water, are particularly sensitive to microwaves. However, even heating does not apply when food is made up of several different layers. In that case, the layer with more liquid will heat up faster and more intensely. Many of you have probably experienced reheating a jam-filled donut. The outside barely warms up, while the jam inside becomes almost boiling hot and can easily burn your tongue. Because microwaves carry so much energy, they could also cause the molecules in our own bodies to vibrate, which doesn't sound very healthy. For this reason, the entire interior of the oven is surrounded by metal, which reflects the waves back toward the center and prevents them from escaping into the room. This reflection also improves the efficiency of heating the food. Still, since we want to see what is happening inside while cooking, manufacturers have installed a glass window in the door so we can check on our meal. Unfortunately, completely transparent glass would not be able to contain the waves, which could seriously harm us and also interfere with many electronic devices that operate at similar wavelengths. Engineers solved this problem cleverly by coating the inner side of the glass with a thin layer of metal, which works just like the metal walls on the other sides of the oven and keeps the waves inside. However, we wouldn't be able to see much through a solid metal layer, so the metal is applied in the form of thin lines or dots. Because the gaps between the individual dots or lines are smaller than the wavelength of the microwaves, the waves cannot escape, while we can still observe the interior. It's somewhat like a sieve. Finely ground flour, representing visible light, passes through while stones representing microwaves are stopped. The pattern on the glass is therefore not there for aesthetic reasons, but to protect us. Did you know that the invention of the microwave oven was actually accidental and was discovered during testing of radar equipment, which also operates using microwaves? In the mid-1950s, American electrical engineer Perry Spencer unexpectedly noticed that a chocolate bar in his pocket melted while he was experimenting with radar. After investigating and finding the cause, he quickly put two and two together and patented the idea. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you'd like to support my work and stay informed about new projects, don't forget to subscribe and like. Best regards and see you next time.